live at a Barcafe where you getting served bars by your local artists. And today I have with me Fancy La Flair.
Oh, it's good. You already know it's your girl Fancy representing that Queens, heavy on the big Queens. But
Big Queens.
we gonna get
Queens.
into all of that.
What part of Queens you from?
I'm from the north side, man. I'm from Shadyville.
North side.
Shadyville, yeah.
Shadyville.
From north side. I mean, I mess with south side too. There's no apartheid within the borough. You get me? But heavy on the north side. But you know,
Wow, that's crazy. That was shady. That was a little shady. I mean, so tell us where the name came from. How you got your name?
Oh man, Fancy. Honestly, it's funny how it came about. All right, so if you know that song by Fab, the "Throw It in the Bag" remix, that sample is from The Dream. Now, The Dream is at the time was one of my favorite R&B artists, and I was in high school, so AIM was still like popping type. You know what I mean? So yeah, I forgot. I put it as like my away message or something. Next day I went to school and they were just calling me Fancy. But I always had a nickname. Nobody knows like my government unless you add me on Facebook. But I always had a nickname, and by whatever nickname you know, that's how I know. All right, so you know me from elementary school. All right, you know me from college. So it's like I don't know. It just like it came about in high school, but I didn't really start taking music serious until like 2017. But it just stuck. People just started calling me Fancy. I don't know. It just. Yeah, it's just but the original song by The Dream is called Fancy, and I used to love it, and I just listened to it. I might even put it in my status, like, oh, you know, people used to do that, listening
all the
to,
time.
like,
and your away message.
Yeah, like on some corny shit, like The Dream, you know what I mean? And it just stuck, and I was surprised, but
something whoever you mad at the time, that's crazy. I remember those days.
Yeah, that was a while ago, and it just stuck. And out of all my nicknames, I was like, all right, this is gonna be it. And yeah.
All right. So, what got you into music?
Honestly, I would say like just my childhood. Like my father, like he really like embedded like the classics, like going because I played ball all my life, so going to basketball practice.
You nice.
Come on now. I'm in Hall of Fame. I mean, you know what I mean?
Everybody say I play ball.
I'm in the Hall of Fame and all of that. You know what I mean? I got a few friends playing in the league right now, but you know, I was decent. But yeah, so like when he would take me to like practice and stuff, like listening to Tribe, listening to Pharoah Monch, listening to Biggie, like he instilled like that hip hop, like that love that I just grew for hip hop. And then like growing up, I had like a little group with my cousins, and I was the nicest one. You know what I mean? Just saying that. I wrote my own lyrics, and my brother and my cousin wrote my cousin's lyrics. So ain't nobody write for me, so I'm stamping it. I was the best. You know what I mean? But yeah, and then like I would always just like I never took it serious, but like if it was like a hot song on the radio, I would just like do my own freestyle. Never let nobody hear it, but I had it in my mind.
When did you start taking it like serious?
I want to say it was 2017. My homegirl, I was at a party and I was playing around, but she knew that I kind of like could rap, and she was like, "Go!" And I just went, and I went, and I was twisted, and I didn't know how long I went for until I saw the footage. Like, I went.
Was really rapping. Like.
And you know, my friends was like, "Nah, like take it serious." I was like, all right, I'll go into a studio or whatever. And I did a freestyle, linked up with more bookings. Scott Morris, that's my guy. He was like, look, like, you know, come out to Cali for the BET experience. I didn't know anything about performing. I didn't know nothing about a performance track. I just knew I got a freestyle. I think I could rap, and I'm going to go to Cali, and I'm going to let y'all niggas hear it. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So as a female, do you think it's harder? The grind is harder?
Honestly, I feel I'll say yes, but then there's another another part to that, because I feel like right now for a female, if it's not provocative, then it's not even considered, like you probably won't even consider to hear it on the radio, unfortunately, other than like Nicki. I mean, Nicki, she grinded. Like, as much as people want to say, oh, she went pop, nah, she grinded, like, and then she made her, you know, she made it to that point, and then she took advantage, like, I'm gonna go pop, I'm gonna change my hair, it's gonna be pink, and y'all gonna love me. And she just took advantage of the opportunity. But I just feel like, I don't know, if you're not provocative, it's kind of like, all right, what can you do? But then the lyricism aspect of it, I feel like it's hard for a lyricist alone who's like solely trying to like get their point across. Like, I can rap, listen to me. Other than, nah, listen to this song, it's catchy, it vibes. Like, so I feel like it's kind of like a 2-in-1 thing, like the female aspect of it, where unfortunately it's like there's no room for 2 females. That's the way they put it. Like, it gotta be Lotto, then it gotta be Cardi, but it can't be Cardi, Lotto, and Nicki all at once. Like, why not? When you got Yo Gotti, Moneybag. I was gonna say Dolph, R.I.P. Dolph, but you get me. Like, that's all the same.
It's so society, it's just like, put the female. Who you think better, such and such, or this?
Yeah, and it's like, why? Like, we all dope. Like, for instance, like Kaya Baby from Queens, like dope, fire. But I would never sit there and be like, nah, she trash. Like camaraderie, like you doing your thing and you from the hometown, like I'm gonna root for you. But that's everybody don't have that mind, you know, like, so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's definitely a fact. So who do you listen to when you're not Fancy La Flair?
Heavy on the Cole, heavy on the Kendrick. That's when I'm like, when I need motivation, when I'm like, what I'm writing is just not hitting. Like, I know my potential and I'm kind of just mediocre. I may listen to some Cole or some Kendrick. When I just want to vibe out, Uzi, that's Uzi. Yeah, he's a vibe. Like, Uzi's a vibe, just to play, ride, and just vibe out. Like, who else? Like, I mean, a few others, you know, Lil Baby. I listen to the Baby here and there, but mainly when I want like some motivational, like, I get up off your ass and write to the top of your pinnacle. Kendrick, Cole. I might listen to some Andre 3000, like, just to get that, like, all right, get in your bag type, you know. So, you know, so a little bit of that, a little bit of this.
All right. So right now, as far as female artists, who you think, like, who you really mess with like that?
I'm gonna start local, because I know some local females that's really doing their thing. Like, for instance, Kaya. And I mentioned her first because when I wasn't rapping and I was just, you know, basketball, that's who I saw on YouTube. That's who I saw. That's who I heard on the radio. And she was from, you know, locally from the hometown. Shout out G Money. That's my homie. That's her cousin. Yeah, so it's like, it's just so like close to home. So, you know, to start with, you know, the up and coming, who else we got? You know, I listened to Connie Diamond. I think she's dope. She's definitely doing her thing. It's a few other girls. I don't want to miss I don't want to, you know what I mean? A few people I mess with. And I'm drawing a blank, but y'all know I love y'all when y'all listen to this. I hate when I do that, because now it's like, you don't mess with me. But you know, I can't think right now. But if we talking mainstream, Nicki, because I respect the grind aspect of it. When she, you know, when she went pop, you know, I was like, okay, this is cute, this is cool. But I know the Nicki, like, rapping with Gucci type, you know what I mean? Back then, ball Nicki. Yeah, ball heavy Nicki, just spazzing. And Cardi, of course, I respect Cardi's grind. Yeah. Like, you have to. I mean, whether you can debate whether she write her lyrics, whatever, but the grind of when she was just on Instagram and she was, you know, at the club wilding, and she was known as just the bug out. Now, like, she's like
a mom.
A mom, Latina superstar. Like, she's touched like so many and hit so many accolades in such a short amount of time. It's like,
inspired a lot of females too.
Yo, for real. And it's like, that was probably the quickest come up, and then just in general that I've witnessed, and she's a female, and it's like, all right, I think that's dope. Yeah. I really think that's dope. Lotto, I mess with Lotto.
Yeah, I like Lotto too.
Yeah, she a vibe, and she spit too. Yeah, she be spitting, and I kind of watched her grow up on Jermaine Dupri's show. Yeah, when she was a kid, so it's like, oh, little Lotto. But yeah, mainly them. But it's a few here now. I don't want to, you know, miss nobody else. But yeah, I rock with the females heavy. Rhapsody's Lyrical. But again, she's one of those rappers who won't get that recognition, unfortunately. But
yeah, that's whack. And you said something about ghostwriters and stuff like that. So that's a no-no.
I mean, it's a touchy situation because I feel like certain artists that are in that top 5 bracket, some of those artists that people mention, we know it's evidence that they didn't write everything they wrote. You get me? True. So for me, I can't knock, any of their accolades or, where they've been, because places they've been and things they've done, I haven't even reached that pinnacle. So I will never knock them. I just feel as though, like, what are we talking about here? Because I could take somebody from off the street, here's my rhyme book, do everything I tell you to do.
Yep.
Now you're the superstar, but you're not really the superstar. It's me. You're just putting on that facade. So
then you got like Drake situations like that. They're not getting the bag they want.
So it's like I don't know. I don't want because Drake is Drake, but then is the Drake I fell in love with? Is that Drake or is that somebody else? You get me?
Yeah.
So.
I used to be a Drake fiend. That used to be one of my favorite dudes to listen to.
Nah, don't get me wrong. I love Drake. It's just, for me, like, I can't, let me say this. I can't take away an artist's achievements. Yeah. But I can say, me, Fancy, if putting myself in a box with lyricists, I got to take you out. Because I don't even know where you got that from. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I sat here and I took the time out to write this. You didn't. We work different,
Kind of gets you a little tight. Like, you not Drake. start calling this ghostwriter.
You know what I mean? But there's a lane. You'll be surprised how many people got ghostwriters, and a lot of people write behind the scenes, and you'll be surprised, man. I know a few people that touched a few albums, Donda, all of that, and you'll be surprised. So,
that's wow. That's crazy. So, like, professionalism when it comes to like doing features with like God artists, is it ever unprofessional? Have you come across situations like that?
I've come across songs that I was like, I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know where you're going with this. I don't know, first of all, what type of artist you thought I was, and nah, we not doing that. There's a few songs that I've turned down a lot of songs, but there are a few songs where I'm like, I don't think that's gonna work. I think for me, because I'm so competitive, I think a lot of the features or the people, well, no, I can't say that. The features that I actually consider is more so like, nah, like I want to rap with you type shit. Well, I did a song where it was kind of like provocative in a sense, but we were both barring back and forth where it was like, nah, like fuck you, nigga, you can't fuck with me. And then it's like, he's trying to get at me, but it's bar heavy, like shit like that. Like make it different, you know what I mean? Because if not, then we might just sound like the third song or rotation on the radio. So, but most of the feature like requests I get that I consider are like, nah, I want to rap with you, like let's rap, and I appreciate that. So
and that shows people who like pay attention to the type of rapper that you are.
Right.
So that's fire. If you could choose any like artist to get a feature from, who would it be?
Ooh, I can only pick one.
No. You could pick as many as you want. Not in no
okay.
order.
I'm gonna say in like levels of like where I'm trying to go. Because if I just say J. Cole, that's a far shot. You know what I mean? Currently right now, like, and not to say that they're on a different level than Cole, but like I'm a Dreamville fan. Like the Earth Gangs, the Jids. Like I could definitely see myself on a track with them, or like a Top Dog type of feel. But if we talking about my ultimate features, Kendrick, Cole, Jay, if he still got it by the time I get there, or if it's a, I got it. That's a different. He on some. I'm a billionaire. I just bought a Richard Mille. I just got another one. Like that's a different talk. Like he's just casually like shitting on people right now, like type shit. Like, so that's far shot. But Nicki, I would even do a Cardi. But I think my ultimate is probably a J. Cole or a Kendrick.
J. Cole. Yeah. You don't like Joyner Lucas?
You know, I do like Joyner Lucas. I just haven't listened to him enough. But I like him. I like Joyner Lucas. I like Logic. Like that. Like who else? Vince Staples. Like those dudes, they fire. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't listened to them enough. You know, yeah. I'm very biased. I listen to a lot of Cole.
So, top 5.
All right. So I always get conflicted with my 4th and my 5th. That's why I did that. So, and my top is not necessarily my top, like my number 1, because it's always a battle between Cole and Kendrick for me. But if I had to choose right now, I would say it's Cole, because when I first listened to him, I related. Like when I listened to his mixtapes, he was talking about, when he was trying out for the basketball team in high school. He's going to college. He's talking about missing class and going to parties. I was in college listening to that. So it's like, yeah, like, and you missing out on shit because you got to go to basketball practice. And I feel it. Like, this is like the only free time I had was listening to his mixtapes. Yeah. So I kind of grew a direct relation, like, I relate to what you're saying, like, liking. So I would say Cole is first. Kendrick. Andre 3K. When I say that, a lot of people are like, what? Andre. Andre, okay? And then the 4th and 5th are always like, Nas, right? And then I say Jay. But I throw Jay in there as like a...
On now, we might have to cut this interview short.
But listen, so... I just had this talk with somebody. Look, you have to, it depends on how you, like, what era of Jay did you grow up and really listen to? Like, when I had because my father, you know, bumped Reasonable Doubt, all of that. But when I had my own Walkman, I was like, all right, I'm going to listen to this and I'm going to go to middle school and listen to this. That was the Black Album, Blueprint, I think 2 and 3. I think 1 was Blueprint 1 was before the Black Album. So for me, he's definitely in my top 5. Now, if you are a younger generation and you're growing up right now, you might not have those same, because he's bored now. He's talking about how much money he got. So I think you have to, like, it depends on the era you grow up in. But my sister was heavy on Jay. That's all I listened to. She loved him. So it just instilled in me. But not to say he's not worthy of being in my top 5, but I throw him in there. But I know people throw him at 1. But he's still my top 5, but big, but the regular, you know what I mean? They're honorary. They're always gonna be up there. That's why I didn't even include them in my top 5, because it's like that's a given. Yeah. But I'm a like Cole, and those are my like legends, like type shit. Like I had this talk with my father, and he's like, "Oh, niggas from the South don't know who Kool Moe Dee is. Kool Moe Dee is not their. You get me? That's not their legend." Boosie is their legend. You get me? Like 3-6 Mafia is Yo Gotti and them's like legends. Like it all depends on where you from. It's not, New York is not the sole like basis anymore. Like, so I think it depends on where you grew up type.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, speed questions.
All right.
Martin or Jamie Foxx?
Martin.
Kendrick or J. Cole?
Cole.
Ozark or Breaking Bad?
Ozark. I never watched Breaking Bad, so.
My Wife and Kids or the Wayans Brothers? Yeah, gotcha.
That's a good one.
Gotcha.
I'm going to say, you know, I'm going to say My Wife and Kids, because I feel like they were more consistent, because season 1 of the Wayans Brothers was type. It was like, all right, this is all right. But this first season was not it.
My Wife and Kids, always funny.
Always.
Always a gut-busting moment.
For real.
Snowfall or The Shy?
Snowfall. I'm sorry, The Shy. Y'all losing me, man. Shorty, like that season where she got kidnapped, I just feel like it was a lot of, like, it was just no... I don't know. It just, I kind of felt like it went downhill from there for me. And then once they got rid of dude with the food truck, it was like, all right. But it's still a good show, but Snowfall all the way.
Not for Fancy.
Nah, I still watch it, but I like Snowfall.
All right. So tell everybody where to get your music, what to follow you on, what's going on next.
So y'all can follow me on Instagram. My handle on everything, literally everything, is Fancy La Flair, FANCY LAFLARE. I just dropped my latest project. It ain't too recent, but it is my latest project, and I promise you it's a classic. Shantae's Interlude, out on all platforms. That's Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, all of that. I just dropped a video, Paranoid, out right now. It's a very relatable video. It's a very relatable song. If you ever had somebody stab you in the back, turn Calvin on you, and you Ace Boogie, go watch that.
I know that's you, Calvin.
And then he got mad. Took it off.
Like, why this and why that?
Right? Like, so definitely check that out. Just dropped my video shivers, but you know what I mean? I'm working on a new EP too, and I promise that's gonna be it right there. So check me out. Instagram, TikTok, Fancy La Flair, Twitter, Fancy La Flair. That's my handle on everything. And check me out. I got a lot going on. I got a lot of heat. Just dropped some videos, and yeah, that's what we're working with right now.
All right. So before we leave, I know you got some.
Yeah, I think I got some. I could make some words rhyme, I think. Let's see what we could do.
All right.
What beats we got? What we got? Let's get it. I like it. Ooh. Okay. You turn it up a little bit in the headphones? Just a little bit. Gotta feel it. Queens. Just a little bit. I gotta get comfortable. Look. Look. Wait. Look. Fancy. Queens. Wait, I heard that chivalry's dead. I'm pulling chairs, they must be sick in the head to think that they could fuck with me. A different species was bred. I'd lyrically carry all these tools I'ma shed, to the point that when they ask for fire lyrics, I nail it to their head precisely. I should dress this pen I write with in white tees. Since the day I started this rapping, oh yeah, I think they like me. Way more deaf than so. I'm a brat when it comes to the promo, cause everyone should see me flighting. In other words, I'm on the level up. Did it register compared to me? You need like 10 of you. Gotta do better, bruh. FOE the motto, only blood don't get the message, yeah. Out of pocket, gotta rely on your morals, nebulous, gotta be kidding. You Nostradamus, I'm Nazareth written. Royalty claiming queens, I'm swear I'm owe all recognition. Until the day when non-supporters start throwing attention, will be the day I remind them there's no hope for redemption. Player, all this flavor, lyrical savior. I preach the gospel like, oh yeah, go ahead and tap your neighbor and drop that monetary paper in that plate that graze you. Get the collection plate on the side, we'll get to the sermon later. And I swear I vow to never make a fuss. All these stages I done bypass, flow, sending them cancerous is all lead. Lyrical ball heads is what I'm jamming up, and I aim for the chin, cause you know Rico usually mother. Wait, and that's a fact though, I do a major, real macro. I'm about to start collecting these bodies, hand me my lasso. Better watch out how these corns roll. Once you hit your peak, then they twist up their style, but see, that is just a plateau. And I ain't one for ponytails, how? Where I'm kicking shit, cease biscuit, the all is how I look. No horsing around, my flow is profound. Word to my mother, you'll hear my sound, likely astound. I barely crack a sweat, I write the best with a coke in a smile. Tell them crack a check, I write the best with these words I compile. Look, look, Queens, crazy. Look, let's get it. Look, I could keep going, I'ma keep going. Look, listen, wait, wait. With a pen, I do magic. I got the perfect passion. I dress it in 5XYTs. That means I'm made for snapping. I cold crack and lead a scene and come back like what happened. Look. Let's get it.
She going off.
Let's get it. All right, we go to the next one. Let's get it.
Body. Let's go. Feel me?
Look, wait, I could say anything on the track if I wanted to, but y'all know I'm lyrical. I got them hoping and praying I won't drop another hit. Look at them now, they all spiritual and cuddling beats on album on my ritual. You bitches are, yeah, non-divisible. It's a facade, yeah, I can see through you claiming they ride. I get more support from strangers and that's inexplicable. This shit is cyclical, man, I keep going. Yeah, I swear that I ain't playing. Loyal, ain't no way my cousin put out a song and I don't know that shit like verbatim. Am I mistaken? I never mind it. Some say fucking man, some say it's hitting. Is you kidding? I just use it for ammunition and it's headshots. I ain't grazing. I had a nigga I canceled. He had a baby baby. Now he say it's fancy, he craving. I guarantee if I line on my exes up, they'll tell you fancy baby's amazing. Yeah, ahead of my years. Essential, God I fear. Heard I was buzzing. Yeah, to infinity, but it's only been like 4 light years. Look, nigga, I'm your mama and daddy pushing this crack. I'm that nigga in the alley, diamond in the back. Her nigga digging the scene, but she kept the cordial when she passed me. That was a smart choice. I'm invincible, nigga. We can be cyclical, nigga. Congregation, I could call a few niggas, and if I call, then you a Gary team victim. Cold bro with the shit that I'm spitting. I'm a beast, I get these bitches deliverance. Fat Smo told me never slip on Pippin, and for him I get these bitches all the bitches like here I go snitching. I'm getting bored. I just hop on beats and I get the kicking. Fancy feast, so you know I'm in the kitchen. They say what's on the menu. I said competition, digging, I'm walking on them. Heard they was mentioning fancy, don't get the talking on them. Heard I could get look milk cartons from a Lord's they daughter. Dumbing me go and get marksman on and stay in your corner. Lyrically need you a corner. No, we don't show love to no foreigners. FOE, yeah, that's the origin. Bitch, it ain't even your birthday. You could get your candles blown if you want to. They say I be wigging on it. I got bundles of this on your head like a frontal. Killing beats on album on my ritual. You bitches are, yeah, non-divisible. What's a facade? Yeah, I can see through you. Queens, fancy,
You hear me? Big
get it. Big queens,
Fancy,
big
I
queens.
appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank y'all for having me. The Barcafe, like this is dope. This was a vibe. I had fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.